All right, let's talk about one of the most reliable bullish signals for Bitcoin that nobody's talking about. US presidential elections. That's right, every 4 years, like clockwork, the election season lines up with some of Bitcoin's biggest gains. Is this just a coincidence? Or is there something about the US election cycle that pumps up the world's biggest crypto? Stick around to find out why 2024 could be Bitcoin's biggest election year yet. Let's get it. I'm not a financial advisor. Welcome to BitBoy X. I'm your host, the BitBoy. If you're here to catch all the crypto moves and stay a step ahead, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that bell for notifications. I know most of you don't do it, just tap it. All right, guys, let's dive in. Every 4 years, the United States, they hold a little thing called a presidential election. And every 4 years, Bitcoin gets a major boost. Is it just a coincidence? Or is there something bigger at play here? Let's go back to the beginning. In 2012, we saw the first Bitcoin election cycle. Back then, Bitcoin was just getting started, trading at around $12. In the election, didn't take long for Bitcoin to go parabolic, climbing over 5,000% into 2013. That was the first real bull market Bitcoin ever had, and it just so happened to follow an election year. Then we hit 2016. Bitcoin was a little more established, but it was still far from mainstream. Only crazy people like me knew about it. Going into that election, Bitcoin was hovering around $600. But by the end of 2017, we were looking at nearly 20K. Another massive bull run kicking off right after the US presidential election cycle. Then came 2020. We all know what happened in 2020. The pandemic hit, governments started printing money like crazy, and Bitcoin took off. Leading up to the election, Bitcoin was around $10,000. But by April of the following year, it was peaking at over 60K. That's a 6x gain in less than a year. Coincidence? I don't think so. So what's the pattern here? Every US election, Bitcoin either starts moving or gets a massive push into a bull market. It's almost like clockwork. But why? Why do US presidential elections have this effect on Bitcoin? The answer lies in one word: uncertainty. Every election year, especially in the US, brings a level of economic and political uncertainty. People start wondering about the future, what policies are coming, how taxes might change, what happens to inflation. And when people are uncertain, they start looking for safe havens. That's where Bitcoin comes in. It's decentralized. It's not controlled by any government, and it's increasingly seen as a hedge against economic instability. Now, that was kind of idealistic, to be honest. It's never that simple. Watch my video above to find out how the supply and demand economics of the Bitcoin halving, US elections, and the rise of global M2 money supply converge every 4 years to send Bitcoin on its next moonshot. It's almost like someone stacks the deck. Whether it's BTC as a hedge against uncertainty, or whether it's Trump-level certainty to make America the crypto capital of the world, the narrative is spun differently each time, and the only thing it affects is just how big Bitcoin's moonshot will be. I want you to understand something about the narrative right now. Some are saying that the bull run will end if Trump doesn't win. Guys, you have to learn to zoom out from the current narrative. Don't get too trapped in it. Bitcoin has had 2 bull runs in the aftermath of a Democratic candidate winning the election in those post-crash markets. Relax. Sure, the moonshot will probably be bigger if Trump wins, but you have to calm down, see clearly, and make the most of the bull run that you've been given. Now back to the money supply. During election years, we often see a surge in government spending and fiscal stimulus, especially if there's a new administration coming in. That means more liquidity flowing into the markets, and some of that money, of course, will find its way into Bitcoin. Whether it's institutional investors looking for an alternative asset, or retail investors wanting to protect their savings, the result is the same. Demand for Bitcoin goes up, and so does the price. Okay, here's the drama you're waiting for. 2024 could be the biggest election boost for Bitcoin yet. We're not just talking about uncertainty, we're talking about a full-on fight over the future of finance. With Bitcoin and crypto becoming bigger political topics, candidates are starting to weigh in. Some support crypto regulation, some want to keep things decentralized, and some are pushing for innovation. The battle over how the US treats crypto is shaping up to be a central issue. If we get a pro-crypto candidate in the White House, the floodgates could open. Imagine a president who supports crypto, who pushes for fair regulation, and who sees the potential of blockchain for the economy. Trump said he's going to make America great again, this time with crypto. The confidence that would bring to the crypto market could send us on an epic ride of retail mania. Even if a candidate just talks about crypto on the campaign trail, it puts Bitcoin in the spotlight and drives more people to consider it as a serious asset. So here's the bottom line. Every election year so far, synergized with the Bitcoin halving and rising global liquidity, has sparked a Bitcoin bull run. And with 2024 bringing a US presidential election that's spotlighting crypto for the first time, we could be shooting off fireworks for Bitcoin. If you're looking for the right time to get in the market, I say look no further. What do you think? How will the outcome affect your gains? Drop your thoughts and your comments down below, and let's hear your 2024 presidential election predictions. If you're ready to ride this wave with us, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay plugged into bitboyx.com. Take advantage of the tools I'm going to be putting in your hands to make the most of this bull run. History doesn't lie, and if the past 3 election cycles tell us anything, it's that Bitcoin thrives on election season. Be ready. That's all I've got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.